Hey guys, Liv here with my 23/24 week bump date. I apologize that I didn't get those done separately. As you guys know, it's been pretty hectic with the move and getting settled in a new house. And on top of it, I had been sick at one point during those 2 weeks, so it's just been a lot. So I'll kind of give you guys a really quick rundown of how I've been feeling and what's been going on with us, and then hopefully I'll be back into my normal schedule starting with my 25-week bump date. So 23 and 24 weeks were both quite similar. The biggest thing that I have going on by far, or the biggest two things I should say, have been heartburn / indigestion and back pain. So I haven't been taking the Nexium, so I know that that's probably partly why I'm still dealing with it. I have been using Tums, and they work to a degree, but not like amazingly well. And I basically haven't figured out what my trigger foods are yet. I think it's kind of random. I do notice that if I eat and then I lay down, it's really bad. So if I eat, I need to be sitting up for the next couple hours at least before laying down again. And at night, I've noticed too, when I drink water, because I take my pills at night, and then I lay down right away, it causes it a little bit as well. Not nearly as bad as food, but still there. So I've been kind of trying to figure that out. Last night, it was either last night or the night before, I actually woke up like choking on like the acid reflux. I felt like I was going to throw up. I didn't, but it definitely was a very overwhelming episode of acid reflux. It was not pleasant. So I'm hoping that that goes away, but I've heard that it can kind of last through a pregnancy because everything's really cramped. And I definitely do feel that sense that all my organs are kind of like constricted and cramped up. So they're not cramped up. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. So what else? The other thing is the back pain. I have a bad back to begin with. I've got a very long back. I'm tall, but I also have had some like injuries. Like I had a labral tear in my hip, and so a lot of things have been out of whack. I've had issues my whole life though, and my whole family has bad backs. So I'm not overly surprised to be having issues during this pregnancy. We bought a new bed. We got a Tempur-Pedic, and I have to tell you, it has been amazing. Like when I'll be having like really bad back pain, especially with the move and whatnot. And then like I'll go to bed and I'll wake up the next morning and my back pain's like almost gone. So, and then it kind of like creeps back in throughout the day. So that's nice that at least now that we have a new bed that's helped it somewhat. But I will say that the biggest difference has been the chiropractor. So I've started seeing a chiropractor that was recommended by our doula, and she specializes in what's called the Webster technique, where she kind of helps expand the space for baby, and she uses like a more gentle approach to chiropractic, I guess. It's kind of hard to define, especially because I don't know all the terms and whatnot, but it's been really, really, really helpful, and she's been amazing. So that's been great. I'm going to have to continue going to that because as I continue to expand, things continue to shift. And right now, although my back is feeling a little bit better, my hips are hurting like crazy. And I don't know if I think part of it is to do with, I have bad hips because of my former hip injury, but because with pregnancy you have to now sleep on your side, I don't know. And we got a bit of a firmer Tempur-Pedic because I am a back and stomach sleeper by nature. And Eric prefers firmer because he's a big guy. I mean, he's 6'7", and he doesn't weigh a ton, but I mean, at that size, you tend to weigh more, and so he needs something a little bit firmer. But I do find that on my hips at night, it's almost like my hips go numb, so then I have to flip sides. I desperately just want to lay on my back, but it's not comfortable on my back right now because of all the pressure from baby. And obviously it's not recommended because it can restrict blood flow. So sleeping has been a bit of a difficulty, and I have really bad allergies. So sometimes what happens when I wake up in the night, just due to tossing and turning or whatever, I end up starting to sneeze or blow my nose, and then that keeps me up. So it's this weird cycle. anyway, so the last couple weeks have been a bit brutal with that. And then I think obviously with moving and, you know, I definitely haven't been lifting a ton. I've been trying to be really as good as possible about not overdoing it. But I mean, still even just like bending down to put things in box, the repetitive motion, twisting and whatnot, it's been pretty exhausting and straining on my body. So I think that once we get into sort of normal routines again, I'm hoping that my body and my energy and everything kind of levels out again. We'll see. It is pregnancy. After one thing kind of goes away, I'm sure something new will come along to replace it. I definitely am feeling heavier, and when he I feel like he's heavier, and so when he rolls, sometimes like I feel it and it stops me in my tracks, and it's kind of cool. It's just new, and sometimes the pressure can feel like a lot, and I feel like my belly's expanding at a much faster rate than it maybe was previously. And so I've been putting a lot of lotion on, and sometimes it's just, I feel like my belly's just sore. So I'm sure like I'm at a point now of growth where he's getting big, like he's starting to get bigger and bigger and have less and less space, so there's nowhere to go but out. Out, that sounded very Canadian, out. But yeah, overall I'm feeling well. I have a good amount of energy. I've been very grateful to have had the energy that I do, just given the fact that we have been moving. Like if I didn't have this energy, I don't know how I would have done it. So I'm very grateful for that. I haven't been dealing with any more nausea or anything, or any food aversions. I've definitely been craving dairy, like craving cheese. I've been craving meats, which I don't eat. I have caved 1 or 2 times and had a little bit of meat, but my personal tastes, it's like this conflict of like, I don't want to eat it, but my body kind of wants it. It's very strange. So I'm battling that a little bit, but I've been wanting dairy, and I'm allergic to dairy, which is not good for me. But I have allowed myself little treats here and there. And then last night I made a gluten-free and dairy-free lasagna with like zucchini and whatnot in it. And I used like some cashew cheeses and almond cheeses and just dairy-free type cheeses. So it was a variety, and that actually turned out really well. So that's kind of been helping me get through some of those cravings and figuring out little things here and there. Otherwise, we have finally started on the nursery. We have got a crib ordered, it's on its way. We've got a dresser ordered, it's on its way. We've got the glider ordered, it's on its way. And we've kind of picked out our nursery theme. And I'll be talking about that in a separate video. I'll do sort of a nursery design kind of video segment. I'll take you along on that journey as I design and put that together. But I am excited to finally kind of get started on that. We are still getting settled in our house, so obviously there's lots going on with us on that side of things, but we are having a baby moon in just under a month. So we're headed out to Vancouver, Canada for about a week, and I'll get to catch up with some friends and some family, and my mom has been so kind to throw me a baby shower, so that'll be fun, just to... And, you know, I'm not really even, it's not about the gifts for me. I don't need things, but to celebrate our baby, and just to, because, you know, like you want this and you pray for this and you hope for this for so many years, and then I just don't have anyone around with me to celebrate. It's just kind of like I'm by myself going, woohoo. So it'll be nice to have like a group of people together to kind of all celebrate that this finally is happening for us, and celebrate him coming into this world. So I don't know if I'm articulating kind of what I'm feeling adequately there, but hopefully you get the gist of what I'm saying. So yeah, anyways, that's coming up in about a month, and otherwise there's really nothing to report. I'm doing really well mentally, emotionally, I'm doing good. I'm still on my love knocks, but I think today or yesterday might have been the first day that I woke up and I just was like, I don't want to take my love knocks. I don't feel like I need it. I just don't really have any kind of, like, I just got this sense that I no longer needed it or wanted to depend on it, which is really good and really encouraging, because at some point I am going to go off of it. I'm staying on it because I still have, in my cabinet, I still have some available to me, and it's not going to harm the baby. If anything, it's going to be good. So getting me closer to that kind of, I think it'll get me pretty close to the 30-week mark. I think that'll just give me like a little bit of added reassurance, and why not? So, but I feel more confident now that when I do go off of it, I'm not going to have as much anxiety. And in general, I don't have quite as much anxiety as I have previously. Obviously, as I mentioned, every week that passes, I feel better and better. I always have those concerns, but I'm really trying to focus on positivity and gratitude, and it's serving me well right now. So, and I think also it helps being in the house that our baby is going to be born in. I think that's giving me a little bit of that feeling that I can finally nest, and it finally kind of feels a bit more real maybe for me. So all in all, things are good. I'm feeling good. Baby's doing well. We have an appointment on Friday. Our 24-week appointment is actually this Friday because last week our doctor ended up having to do surgery. So not her, but do surgery on someone. So that got postponed, but I have my glucose test, which I'm a bit nervous about. Hopefully all goes well, and hopefully I don't have gestational diabetes or I'm not at risk for it. So wish me well. I hope I don't get sick or any of those things that you hear about, but I figure it'll probably go relatively smoothly for me. At least I'm envisioning that, and maybe I'll, visualizing it will bring it to fruition. We'll just go with that for now. So thanks so much for watching and following in our journey, and lots more to come starting really soon. So stay tuned, subscribe if you're not already, and join us. All right, have a great night. Bye guys.